Hi guys, and welcome to this new lecture where we are going to design this font. We're just going to draw it if you want. We are going to use text, shapes, and the pen tool to create this design. Now it's very important that you put your touch in it. It's not all about how I do things. It's also about how you can do things and develop your skills. So let's dive in and start creating our font. Of course, in After Effects, we start by creating a composition. I'm going to call this composition font. You can call it whatever you want. We will use the HDTV 720 by 25, all the usual parameters, 3 seconds, but the background color, let's change to something nice. For example, I'm going to choose something like this. You could choose any color you want. So now I have the comp. I will start by creating the outer casing of our font. Of course, I will come to the toolbar, go to shape layer and choose a rounded rectangle. I will click and drag. And remember, in the last lecture, we used the modifier keys. For example, the spacebar here, I can move it. Okay, and then the roundness, I'm gonna cancel the roundness and then, make it a bit bigger, slowly. Cool. Fine, that's okay. Yes, I like it like this. I'll position it using the spacebar. I will release and then come to the stroke here and make no stroke at all. Fine. This is not the color we want. I will click on the fill and change the color to something a bit bright like this. Not white, dark. Cool. That's done. Let's add something nice here. Let's right click on the layer and go to layer styles and add the drop shadow. Why not, guys? You don't need to learn all After Effects to add a drop shadow. Just click here. There is no need to add any parameters or to play with the parameters. The drop shadow has come. It's very beautiful. Let's add something more. We add layer styles and bevel and emboss. Why not? It's cool. Look, it's giving a nice shading behind. Now let's create the screen. You remember there was a screen here. I will choose now the simple rectangle tool. There are a few things that are coming here and there is a button coming here. So I give them space. I can go from up here and go down. Now, unfortunately, I have the same colors. Make it bigger. Use the space bar to position it. I like it. Not bad. I'll click on the color and make it dark. Okay, that will look as a nice screen. This is done. Now, the next item that we want to add is the button here. I need to zoom in. I will click on the zoom and just lasso this area, and it's big enough for me to start drawing the button that is an ellipse. Click and drag to create the ellipse. Of course, I will use the shift key. Fine. And then use the space bar to move it wherever I want. You see, the previous lecture was very useful. Okay, that's good. I don't like the color. Let's make it lighter. Yes, something like this. That will work. I think so, at least. And I will choose the circle. You press V to take the selection tool, choose the circle, give it a stroke of 1 and change the color of the stroke to black. It's very easy, guys. Cool. I will come to the button or the shape layer here, right click on the layer and go to layer styles and give it a drop shadow again. Here you are. Not bad at all. Then we want to zoom out. We can use to zoom out Alt and /. It will fit to 100%. Now that's what I like. I like coming here and doing this one, but Alt/ will do the job. Cool. Now we want to add, for example, let's start from the top. Let's think about it a bit. We want to add the layer in the sequence. We want to animate them if we know the sequence. If that doesn't work later on, we will change the order of the layers. Cool. Notice I didn't even look at the timeline, what has been created. This is for the next lecture. I will choose the rectangle and create the sign. There is a sign and there is a sail inside, if you remember. Cool. That's not bad. I tried to align it in the middle. If it doesn't work, it really doesn't matter. Fine. That's okay. Notice where the anchor points are. Now what I want to do is to write the word sail here. I'll click on the text tool, click inside and write a sail. I have a very big font which is bold and so on. This is the original. I don't know where it came from. Now, first of all, I want it all to be uppercase. So I click on the uppercase button. Fine. And then I don't want it bold at all. That's not beautiful. And I want it smaller. So I'll use the font size from here. Make it small. I think it will fit now. Bring it over here. So I click on the anchor point and bring it in the middle. Cool. Let's make it a bit smaller. Well, that is cool. Fine. Now the color is too bright. I will change the color and make it a bit grayish, just a bit. Okay. Fine. That's done. So we wrote the sale and so on. Let's make the one under the sign, let's make it darker. I'll click on it and go darker. Yeah, let's make it darker than the screen itself. Yep, that's beautiful. Now we want to add the words Black Friday here. I will come to the text tool, click and say Black. I want to have them in two layers, Black and Friday. So I will exit the edit mode by clicking on the selection tool. Try to put it in the middle. It's too big. Let's make it smaller, as simple as this. Cool. Now learn to be lazy. When you are lazy, you will have less work, but you need to think. I want to write a Friday, but I'm not going to do the whole work again. So I will click Ctrl D and it will duplicate the black just on top. And if I drag it down using the shift, it will drag down 100% vertical. I double click inside the layer to edit it and write Friday. I will take the selection tool. I want to give them some bold, but the bold of this font, this is a new font I found, BP Replay. You can find it for free on the web. I'm gonna use the faux bold here. It will give me a kind of thickness, but not as thick as the font. Try to use the faux bold, it's okay. So I will adjust it here, fine. Now I want to draw the rectangle for the loading and the bar for the loading. I will use, of course, the rectangle tool. But now I don't want any fill here. I will cancel the fill and I will go to stroke and make the stroke this nice orange or gold colors and come and draw the outer rectangle to contain the loading bar. It is very thin, so I'll make it 2 here. Click out and look at it. Well, that's not bad. It's a bit thin. Let's make it thicker. And we do, for example, 5. I think 5 will do. Cool, not bad. Now I need to zoom in. I can take the zoom tool or press Z to get the zoom tool and create a lasso where I want to zoom and I'll zoom in. Now I want to create the bar inside. I will choose also rectangle and draw the bar just like this. It's very easy. Cool, but that bar now has a stroke which I will remove by putting 0 here. I will come to the fill and say give me a solid fill. Cool. Now it has another color, so I want to pick this color on top. So what I will do, I will come to the color fill, take the eyedropper and go here and click, and I got the same fill. Now this is a bit too big. We will work on it later on. I will show you how to animate it. Now unfortunately I think these two are too low because there is the word loading coming. So I would select both of them. So I click on the first one, click on the other one and lift them up. I can press shift if I like. That's good. Let's go back to 100%. Well, that's not bad. Black and Friday are too much together. Let's take them up. Of course, you can tweak it the way you want. Now we will need to write loading here. I'm gonna press Z to get my zoom tool and zoom inside here. Fine, I can see. I click on the T and write loading and with 3 dots. Cool. That font is very big. Let's make it smaller. I'm using a single font for everything. That's cool now. And we want the loading here. Fine. We did everything we put inside. Let's tweak a bit the design. Wait. We have the dot and the microphone here. I don't know what the dot for. Same. Take the zoom tool, go and zoom. And here you are. We use now the rounded rectangle. We make sure we deselect it, of course. And we click and we draw the rounded rectangle. Of course, we don't want this color. I will use the space bar to move it. Okay, then I will release. Change the fill color to this color, dark. Cool. And of course, there is no stroke. Now I want to create the dot here at the small circle. I will press F2 to deselect. I will take the ellipse and I will click, press Ctrl and Shift and make it bigger. I think that will do. Not bad, it's okay. So these two, let's align them vertically or horizontally, and we will align them to the selection, and it seems to me they are quite aligned. Okay, let's look at our, we can see here it's very fine. I'm gonna select everything down here and just align them to the center, and everything is aligned according to the center. Of course, I didn't align these two. Maybe I will choose them like this and just put them on this side here. Let's add some glare here, and we are going to use our pen tool. Now you make sure that Roto Bezier is not checked. Make sure it is unchecked. I'll click the first point here. I'm gonna make it a triangle. Second point here. Third point. And the last point. Cool, is done. Color is inappropriate. We go to some white color here. Very good. We come to the fill and reduce the opacity as much as possible, just to give it a kind of inverse shadow. Let's look at it. We deselect. Yeah, not bad. It's cool. You can really work on it, make it beautiful. Let's save our project. I will go to File and say Save. And I will go here to my special library where I have Essential Motion Graphic Projects. I will write here section 2-2/phone. Of course, you can choose any place in your hard disk, in your storage device, and save it. I will save. Later on, I will show you how to use increment and save. So now we have created and designed our animation and we want to animate it. So we did the design and then we go ahead and start animating. This is the system I want you to follow. I'll first design it, put everything that you like, and then go ahead and animate. It will make your life much easier to create a 3-minute story with motion graphics. I'll see you in the next lecture.